It's Friday, I think, 1st of August. We are just starting our transit of the Crinan Canal. We've done the first lock out of Crinan, and it's really quite narrow. There's some very narrow bends. You really have to watch that nothing's coming around the other way. But so far so good. The weather, thankfully, is playing ball for us at the moment. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
We approached our first swing bridge, which had this absolutely beautiful cottage right next to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, we're novices at this first time. It's very narrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you...
Thank you.
Thank you.
We found that all of the staff along the entire length of the canal were extremely helpful and couldn't do enough to assist you in getting through. We were quite surprised to find a marina at Bellennoch, and it was quite close to the Crinan end of the canal, but we thought it was quite strange really, because you had to you go through 2 or 3 locks to actually get out to the sea.
Well, what do you think about helming in the Crinan Canal, Ju?
Okay.
It's a bit narrow, isn't it? Concentration.
Yeah.
The canal eventually started to get a little bit wider, which made things a little bit easier. Earlier we had been chatting to the skipper of this tripper boat who takes his passengers up to the lock ahead. He kindly hove to while we got past.
Well, we've just pulled over. We're near to Loch 13 on the Crinan Canal. Just had a word with the lock keeper, and he said this is probably the worst one on the entire canal. So we've got that to look forward to next. We just got to wait for a while though, because there'd be another boat coming behind us somewhere, and they want to pair us up.
As it turned out, we didn't have to wait very long for the boat to catch us up, and we soon got going again into the next lock. Once through Loch 11, we tied up to a pontoon at Dunardry where there were toilet facilities. We were also able to walk up to Loch 10 where Polly's Cafe served a good lunch. It was a really beautiful spot. On the side of the facilities building I found Henderson's weather forecast stone. Well, it made me laugh.
It's Saturday morning, 2nd of August. Bit of a rude awakening this morning. The boat that was moored behind us wanted to get on, and the canal staff were keen to pair us up with it, so we had to just grab a cup of tea and get straight on to the job of locking up. We're at the highest point of the canal now. We're just approaching the village of Cairndow. No, I don't know. Cairnbarn, that's it. And it's downhill now all the way to Ardrishaig. So we will be stopping though at the next set of facilities in this village. So yes, we got 4 locks to go before we can stop. But until then, I'll just finish with breakfast.
priority always seemed to be given to boats locking up, and we had to wait a while until these boats exited the next set of locks before we could enter. Of course, this all takes time, but at the end of the day, at least we were moving in the right direction. Once through the locks, we moored up to an empty pontoon, and during that afternoon we had a walk down the other side of the canal to Loch Gilphead to find the shop. We didn't actually see any adders during our visit, but we did take advantage of the shower facilities, which were quite good, ready for our continuation the next day.
Well, it's Sunday the 3rd of August. We've just left Cairn Barn, a little bit of a hurry because the canal is shutting tomorrow because of a storm coming in, one of these named storms. So they're shutting the canal, but we're not that far from Ardrishaig now. We have booked in for 2 nights in the Ardrishaig basin, but apparently there's absolutely nobody there. So there's plenty of space, so we are being allowed to go through into the basin today and get roped up and tied up before the storm hits tomorrow, which is good. So yes, we're just enjoying a pleasant trip along the last section of the canal now. Just 3 locks to go before the basin, and yeah, we should be there in probably an hour and a half, something like that. And the sun's shining. Okay, we're just going up to a blind bend, so I'm just going to sound the horn, make sure there's no one coming around the other way.
You're down to do that, haven't you?
Yes.
We found ourselves paired up with yet another yacht for the final stage of the journey. This yacht was from Portavadie and was called Miss T. Once into the basin at Ardrishaig, we found a nice quiet corner and roped up to the pontoon. In fact, we got the storm ropes out, the very thick ones as well, so we felt quite secure ahead of the arrival of Storm Floris. We were very well sheltered from the proposed wind direction of the storm, which was basically coming from behind the houses to our right. It turned out to be the perfect spot, as the shelter was absolutely superb. We stayed for 2 nights in the basin before we locked out again and continued with the journey towards Tarbert.
Well, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning now. And we're in the middle of Loch Fyne with no propulsion because we've got a lobster pot around our prop. Would you believe it? It's a very, very taut and thick line, and in fact it actually carries on as like a trot, I think, of lobster pots, and I can hardly move it. So unfortunately we've had to call out the lifeboat. And the Tarbert lifeboat is on its way apparently, but we're in no danger, we're absolutely fine. We're stuck in one position, there's not an awful lot of wind, but on the way down here we were actually having a good sail. and neither of us saw the pot marker. It must have been actually under the waves. So I'd actually just gone down to the loo and Julie shouted the boat has stopped. So yeah, so there we go. It's one of those things, and we'll just await the lifeboat.
It wasn't very long at all until we spotted the lifeboat hurtling down the loch towards us. We managed to do a little bit of filming while the lifeboat was around, but the last thing we wanted was for it to look like some sort of TikTok stunt. So out of respect to the guys, we just filmed snatches of footage when we could. They basically attached their lifeboat to Magic Hawk and drove in the opposite direction to the tide in order to take the pressure off the line which was holding us fast. This allowed the line to be untangled from the rudder, and we were then able to perform many checks to make sure everything was okay.
Everything's fine, yes. Steering seems fine, it's all sounds fine.
No vibrations.
No vibrations, no.
Normal.
Yeah. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Well, we're back on the road again. The guys from the Tarbert lifeboat did a brilliant job. It turned out that the rope was actually around our rudder and not our prop, and it was holding us absolutely fast. There was like a long trot of pots, presumably, and it was pretty hefty line, and I don't think I'd have been able to free it unless I got in the water, I suppose. So yeah, everything seemed to check out after they released it for us. The steering was okay, the engine seems okay, there's no funny vibrations or anything like that, so we've been pretty lucky really. So yes, thanks to the Tarbert crew, did a brilliant job, and yeah, we're just motoring the last mile or two now into Tarbert, and hopefully a nice lunch. So there we go.
It was good to see Doyen back in the water again after many years on the hard standing at Dickie's in North Wales, and we also spotted this beautiful westerly ocean ranger which was for sale.
It's Sunday the 10th of July, after a nice 4-day break in Tarbert to dodge some pretty strong winds as well. We're heading out now to Loch Ranza. So it's approaching midday, it's pretty low tide, and probably be there in 2-3 hours.
It's 10th of August, by the way.
Thank you. What did I say?
July.
Right, we'll have to steer into this. It's Monday morning, the 11th of August. Apparently I said July yesterday. We just dropped the mooring at Loch Ranza. It's just gone 10:30 and the plan is to go back towards Holy Loch. If we don't get there today, we'll maybe stop somewhere in between, but we'll see if we can push on. Well, we've got just less than a mile to go now before the Cumbrae elbow. It's a bit of a murky old day today. It's forecast south 2 to 4, but the wind's been all over the place and most of the time in less than 5 knots. So it's a motoring day, I'm afraid. We don't know yet whether we're going to carry on to Holy Loch or stop somewhere in between, but we'll find out when we get to the top of Butte, I think. Been away now for exactly 5 weeks. We left Holy Loch on the 8th of July and it's the, what is it today? 11th of August, yes. Yeah, it's exactly 5 weeks. I'm not sure how many nautical miles we'll end up doing. It's probably over 300, which is perhaps not as many as I thought we would, but we've seen some really good places on the way, so all new to us on the outside of the west coast. It's been really interesting and a pretty good trip. We're just passing my favourite lighthouse here. It's the one with the Gaelic name I can never say. I think it's Crinan, something like that. But the other thing is we are just about to cross our outward track that we came down through the gap here between the Isle of Butte and Little Cumbrae on the 8th of July, and we are now just crossing that track, so we've kind of come round in a big circle there, one way of doing it. So yeah, we're heading back up the Clyde now and into very familiar waters. Just passing Kilchatton Bay at the moment. There's Hunterston Power Station in the distance. I think it's a nuclear station. We arrived back at our berth in Holy Loch Marina, so there was then only one more thing to do. A trip to the Lawn restaurant in Dunoon to celebrate.